The conflict in Syria is now entering its fifth year. Nearly 12 million Syrians, mostly children, have been forced to flee their homes, and over 200,000 lives have been lost. The UNHCR launched their Voices for Refugees campaign earlier this summer. To tell us how it's going, we have Ziad Ayad, who is acting head of office at UNHCR, with us here in the studio. Ziad, many thanks for joining us. So, can you tell us about the Voices for Refugees campaign and exactly, how it works?
So the Voices for Refugees campaign is a digital social enterprise campaign that's very much driven on the virtue of hope. It's this concept that you often see the tragic side of conflict. We look at suffering, but oftentimes we don't focus on stories of hope, stories of resilience, stories of positivity, stories where the ordinary individual is able to reach out and promote and perhaps advocate for the rights of refugees globally. UNHCR launched the Voices for Refugees campaign a couple of months ago with the ambitious goal of registering 1 million unique voices from the Middle East and North Africa region. It's a digital platform, so we encourage people to visit voices.unhcr.org. It's a very simple methodology whereby you fill in your biodata and then you join a network of advocates who believe in the power of hope, who believe in the power of telling the human story and highlighting the importance of giving them your voice, voice so that the world can hear theirs.
Would you say that the media and people in general have stopped, focusing on the plight of Syrian refugees?
The Syria situation is being defined as the worst humanitarian crisis in the 21st century. At present, there are more than 4 million Syrian refugees in the neighboring countries, some 12 million displaced. That's about 50% of the Syrian population, half of which are children. So there's no doubt that when a crisis reaches the fifth year and the size and scale of the crisis and the human tragedies that we've witnessed, that there naturally is a certain level of fatigue, which is why it's so crucial that we refocus attention on the human side and refocus attention on stories of resilience and find ways that we can come together and promote and raise the profile of the positive sides of the consequences of the crisis.
What would you say are the UNHCR's thoughts on the UAE's humanitarian assistance for Syrians so far?
I think the UAE has been one of the strongest humanitarian partners to UNHCR and the international community at large. I think we have UNHCR specifically. We've benefited from the generosity and international solidarity of the UAE, be it support from the International Humanitarian City, the Big Heart Campaign, the Emirates Red Crescent, and the UAE government. And I think the UAE has proven time and time again its commitment to addressing humanitarian challenges, and Syria is a perfect example of just that.
And what more do you think can be done to help Syrian refugees at the moment?
At present, the international appeal is 69% underfunded. So the simple answer is that a lot more needs to be done. We recognize that the only solution to the crisis is a political one, but that doesn't mean that the world does not have a responsibility and a role to play. And this is where the Voices campaign comes in, voices.unhcr.org. It allows the opportunity for the ordinary individual to come together with other ordinary individuals and do extraordinary things, to send a message to the Syrian who's been living for 5 years within the gates of a refugee camp, or those that have been dispossessed and displaced by the conflict, that you do not need to cross into the Mediterranean to be able to find a better life, that there is hope, that with resilience, and that the world hasn't forgotten the Syria situation. And we're hopeful that those that are watching will visit the site and join with us so that we reach the 1 million landmark, hopefully.
We very much hope so, and we appreciate your time. Ziad Ayad, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.